Hey guys, it's me. So I'm doing sort of an official, like a better version of an episode. I came across in second part to, I think I mentioned it the other day, the Shawn Ryan show. He does these great interviews. They're sort of epic. He's done everything across the board as far as he's done government stuff, he's done UFO stuff, he's crossed into the UFO stuff, whistleblower discussions, and where I'm at with it today is a second part to an interview he did with the owner and operator of Skinwalker Ranch in Utah. So I'm quite certain I have mentioned it probably quite a bit. But I found a piece of the interview. Now it's almost 4 hours long. Okay. And I think it's episode 70. Anyway, I'm going to put the link below anyhow, so you can just click on it and watch it. Now, I'm telling you right now, I'll remind you at the end, but I cannot recommend enough watching this because it'll really, I know I say this too, it'll blow your skirt up. Even if you don't wear one, it'll still blow something up because it's pretty amazing. Okay. So the interview starts with a lot of like Brandon's start out as a kid. Like, he always was very determined. He was always very successful with anything he did. He actually had his real estate license at 18, and he became one of the most successful, he's to date one of the most successful real estate moguls in Utah, if not the country. I mean, the guy's got massive clout, and he's extraordinarily well-spoken. He's very thoughtful. He's a member of the Church of Latter-day Saints. He's a Mormon, and I know that may seem like an odd match. I'm not really sure how that fits into his religion. He doesn't really go too far into it, which I kind of actually liked, because I'm not religious at all. And he stayed really focused and laser focused on certain aspects of the ranch. And it's wait till I tell you. Okay, I have a portion, okay, of their interview towards the later part of it. It's actually, let me see, it's exactly in the transcript anyway, at 3 hours, 25 minutes, and 33 seconds. Okay. And I'm going to read from it only because I don't want to screw up. And this is, copyright stuff. I don't want to screw up. Again, the Shawn Ryan show, he did this. And Brandon starts off by saying, because Shawn had asked him, like, what is your hope? Like, what do you hope to accomplish, when you went into this, buying the ranch and everything from Bob Bigelow, and all the experiments that he had already heard about, that Bob Bigelow didn't disclose. He kind of wanted Brandon to go in with a fresh slate, like, make your own judgments, do your own experiments, get your own results, right? Which, excuse me, I'm going to have to keep taking a sip of water, but very important to note that it wasn't an animosity thing at all. Bob Bigelow just wanted Brandon to experience the ranch in the purest form. So anyway, Brandon does go on to say to Shawn, to start this portion of the interview, that they wanted to determine the nature of what was happening. It isn't a function of proving that there's something happening. That's already been done. It's being able to identify the origin and the identity associated with the phenomena that drives me, and I think you can expect to see in the future. He's talking to Shawn, but I almost felt like he was talking to a larger audience, He goes on to say, hopefully some communication. I think whatever we're dealing with is highly intelligent. I will not be surprised if at some point we are able to somehow determine how to communicate, or at least see, I think, more intelligent interaction. Shawn follows up and says, so you think this is, what do you call this? And then Brandon replies, well, those who came before me with the Bigelow team called it a precognitive, sentient non-human. Okay. Shawn says, what are they? there's a term they refer to the phenomena. Yeah, there's an intelligence based, Brandon's responses. There's an intelligence based on the data. There is an intelligence operating on the ranch that has command over space-time, over consciousness, can manipulate closed systems. Guys, I hope you're paying attention. Closed systems in the split second without leaving a trace. Now, I know there's government systems that can do this also. I'm not an idiot. I know that the NSA is capable of a variety of security breaching things. I'm digressing. This is not what Brandon said. But he does go on to say that that he believes, and I believe, has the ability to communicate. Now, if we can understand or develop a common language at some point to be able to interact, and then he kind of trails off. He takes a moment and then says, Eric Bard, who I'm showing you here, in particular, has had communication with at least one of these entities involved with manipulating the systems, that has command over the technology in the platforms, and has expounded on that. And he'll be, I think, addressing that a bit more in the future. We're going to be discussing it on the docuseries this next year. Okay. Now, at this point, I'm so like, what did Eric experience? Like, I couldn't even get enough of this. So Brandon goes on to say, but he's definitely seen and documented evidence that we're dealing with an intelligence that does have the desire to communicate. Shawn follows up. What can you go into? ... The communication a little bit more. Shawn was obviously right where my head is with it. It's like, oh my God, you cannot leave me dangling like that. So Brandon does say, yeah, I mean, in his case, when out of frustration for a sign, when he commanded, and then the systems were being manipulated and he was dealing with security violations, and that they were occurring repeatedly with our surveillance cameras, he literally asked verbally, can you just picture this, okay? Verbally, out loud, if you have something to show me, show me. If you have something to tell me, tell me. In that instant, the screen morphed and melted in digitally composed letters. He had the presence of mind, meaning Eric had the presence of mind, just as he did in the October 16th incident. Now, in October 16th, I'm going to pause that for a second, just let you know. So in October of 2016, when they were visiting the ranch for like one of the first times, Eric's iPhone, he was in a certain location above the mesa, which is above where the triangle is that they always talk about in this show. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you, you should really go back to the beginning, watch all of these Skinwalker Ranch episodes. But anyway, he had an iPhone with him and he was trying to get like some sort of readings on something. And all of a sudden his phone morphed, just like it was doing on the screens where he was when this incident happened. And he had the presence of mind then also to screen save hit whatever was happening. So he had documentation of it happening. Because now at this time, the docuseries hadn't started and there was no other form of proof other than his phone. And he was able to get that evidence. So Eric's just beyond smart. He is beyond smart. So anyway, so he captured it on his iPhone and he goes, thank heavens. He proceeded to record and screen capture in real time what was happening with the equipment. And what was revealed was what I believe to be compelling evidence that we're dealing with an intelligence that is at least willing to acknowledge and wants their presence known. Now, Shawn was like, and he's a chill guy. I mean, my God, he was a Navy SEAL. He says, were you able to translate it? Anything? And Brandon said, oh, yeah. It'll be shown on television, but it essentially had the simple response, again, instantaneously, of I living. That's what the letters composed on the screen that he caught. I living. Shawn, you're shitting me. Can understand his. And then Brandon said, so Eric Bard, in response to a host of issues with the security cameras registering that there was something triggering the motion sensors. There were countless events occurring upon giving the command, and saw the entire screen morph in the letters I living and then snapped back. Okay, all documented. This is Brandon still talking. He says it's all documented, all called on, all caught on camera, that has yet to be fully addressed on the docuseries. But it's going to be addressed in the future, and it's really his story to tell. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm just telling you, okay. I got the chills. Again, I just got the chills thinking about it. But I would highly recommend. I'm going to do two things. Okay, one, go onto Amazon Prime, watch every episode starting with season 1, episode 1, so that you can be fully up to speed. So when this information comes out in next season, we can all be in the same place. 2, I would highly also suggest that you watch the Shawn Ryan interview with Brandon Fugal. He's fascinating, and the stories that he tells and the experiences that he has had personally, which he has seen a UFO, a disc. Oh my God. And I know it's long, but it is worth every second of your time. And I wanted to share this because I want to pique your interest as much as I thought it. God, I want to go back and watch it all over again with my mom, who's here, because I've got her completely hooked on all of this. As we sat there and watched this interview for over the course of the day for 4 hours, we were like just enthralled in it. It was great. So anyway, it's a lot of fun to learn about. My God, if this is like the ultimate bucket list for me. I'm getting to that point in my life where bucket lists seem pretty cool. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. And as time goes on, and if I learn anything else, if I hear anything else about Eric's account, if I read anything more on it, I haven't dug too deep because I kind of want to be surprised. I'm a child like that. I kind of like fun surprises like that, but at the same time, what I know, I had to share right to this point. So I hope until next time that you are all doing so well and staying happy and healthy, and stay weird, because man, there's a lot of good stuff in the weird realm. And take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.